Ladies' Days and Ladies' Day, and we missed it last week.
Yeah.
So we have to really serve the ladies
Yes.
really well today.
Sure.
You know, I don't know if we running some of the guys away. They like, ooh, I gotta grow up. I gotta level up. I gotta be. I can't say. I gotta be now.
Yeah, I think that happens for men at 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, once a man turns 30, it is a smack in the face with reality. Like how? Because I don't know, 29, 30, it's such a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 29 is like, oh, all right, you still getting your life together. 30 is like, you still doing the same things you was doing? I don't know. Most men I see that happen. I know with me, I got smacked in my face.
Okay.
I'm hanging out with 20-year-olds, and they're like, when you gonna get your life together? You doing what we doing? Like, ugh. I'm like, oh snap. Yeah, let me get it together. I just wanted to insert that real quick. But we're here for the ladies.
Yes, it's the Ladies' Day.
Yeah.
And so, family, we actually got this little quick clip. I don't know. It's a good clip.
Oh yeah.
It's a good clip. I think it's going to be a great discussion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's listen to it and then get into it.
Yeah.
Is it a reality that as a woman grows her relationship with Christ genuinely, authentically, and closely, she now has less men and men of God that she actually can genuinely connect with because she only wants to connect with a man on her level?
Yeah, the closer you get to the Lord, your heart is going to be transformed because he is a consuming fire. You cannot get close to fire that don't burn you. So as she gets close to the Lord, now she's reading the word, her standards begin to change. Not only do they change, they start to increase. Her tolerance at the same time simultaneously begins to decrease for things that she feels like are not acceptable for a woman of God. And what that does, because the culture is largely unsaved, it automatically shrinks the pool of men that are candidates. And now she's feeling convicted about her past life. Now she's saying stuff like, you know what? I want to keep myself for marriage. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want to be celibate until I get married. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want a man that honors God first. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want a man that loves God so deeply that he got to pass through God's heart to get to my heart. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want a man that understands stewardship. That's going to shrink her pool down. So she starts feeling that way. And she may be single for a season. And that's okay because singleness is not a curse. And I think it's a beautiful thing to suffer that singleness for a little while she's believing that God will bring into her life a man that will honor her the way she needs to be honored.
What do you think? Okay, first of all, ladies, just give me some hearts or something to say. Okay, this is a real topic.
She started crying.
A thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Oh, she laughing.
Yeah,
I thought she was crying. Like,
no. So, is this the reality? You know, or have you even thought about it? You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, different things would bring you into from a larger pool, and it gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It does.
Yeah. I think he's explaining it from a worldview. You know, how the world will see it.
Okay.
I don't think it's he's speaking from a spiritual view, because a spiritual view we'll understand that it's a process that everyone has to undergo.
Okay,
so it's
wait.
a pool is getting
You
smaller.
said from what view?
It's the spiritual view.
Sorry. Really? Sarge.
Yeah.
No, let's talk about this for real now.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying. Okay.
I'm trying to soften the blow.
I'm trying to understand. Are you saying from a mature spiritual place, or where are you talking about? Because I've heard stories how the church from men is the easiest place to run through women.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that kind of is a little oxymoron what you're saying.
Mm.
Spiritual, so they understand the process. Then why have men been able to go to the church and run through them?
Well,
And I'm talking about worldly men.
yes.
I'm not talking about really, saved, sanctified, filled with the Spirit of God
Mm.
men. I'm talking about, men that's preying on
Right.
women in the church.
Mm. Well, the spirit view meaning, all right, it's a process that she's undergoing. You know, if you look at it spiritually, because like the law of duality
True.
and polarity, you know, for for side A, there's a side B.
Right.
So it's two ways you can look at something. So looking at it from the spiritual view, from the Lord's perspective, is I'm in a process. Single is not bad, and let me focus on that. And the Lord will send him when I'm ready. Now, from the world view, like, yeah, your pool's real small because dudes ain't going to church like that. Dudes ain't praying like that. Dudes ain't hanging out with the Lord like that. So your pool's going to look real small for those who really seeking after God. So I think that's what he was explaining from, and not giving them the other side where, you're in a process. He did, tickle it a little bit. That's by saying that, I believe suffering and singleness for a while is a beautiful thing. But he didn't go off into that view. I think he stayed more on the world view, trying to bring understanding like that.
Okay, so you're saying that it's not true. If you are a believer,
Mm-hmm.
right? God's handmaiden,
Yeah.
right? And so you're like, every 6 months is more, as you draw closer to the Lord, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's an all-consuming fire.
Yeah.
So he's revealing stuff. He's
Mm-hmm.
dealing with stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're feeling like, oh, I'm celibate now. Oh, I'm not going out there like that anymore. Oh,
Right.
I'm just gonna, really trust God. So you're saying that the pool doesn't get smaller.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the pool is small as is. It's real small. It's like, little baby pools. You know what I'm saying? Not even a foot deep. Yeah, it's real small. Now, no matter which way you look at it. But I'm just saying, on the spiritual side, you draw him to you versus having to be found on the worldly side. And I know that sounds contradictory.
No, but are you saying, so it's true, the closer I get to the Lord, the smaller my pool is going to be.
Yes.
So it is true.
Yes.
So is it possible that maybe that's why a lot of sisters in the house of God compromise?
Yes. Yep. Yep. And I think it's because of the main thing of that the biological clock.
Okay.
So she compromises with Ishmael
Mm-hmm.
while waiting for Isaac.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay. Yeah, I hear what you're saying,
Mm.
and I concur, but I don't want to stop there
Okay.
because I really want to encourage the women.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
To me, it just doesn't matter what it just doesn't matter what size the pool is.
Mm.
If the Lord has something for me, and
Mm-hmm.
He's saying, actually, He told me you have to be married.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm taking you, the platforms, the spaces that you're going to step into, can't be by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I would say, I, truly, if it's the will of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
He has someone for you. He has someone for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, um, and I believe the Lord does the process of elimination.
Mm-hmm.
All the bad, all
Oh
the
yeah.
Ishmaels, all wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that pool that he's pulled out of is exactly for you,
Mm.
really.
Right.
And I want to say, most women feel like, like, I spoke on a platform with some sorors over the weekend, and I was just like, Lord, I was like, I gotta talk to Dr. Trim. Because I was like, I was just like, okay, because I kind of know them.
Mm.
And I just did it honestly because of Dr. Trim.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is so good about the trauma, but I don't know. Did you hear it at the end? I just came out of something. I'm like, okay, wait.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The book is written about something you were in and you came out.
Yeah.
And you're back in and coming out again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm just trying to understand. I got a call afterwards.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that was said to me, also, I was like, what? And I was just like, no wonder I struggled the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive.
Mm.
My spirit man is very sensitive. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? I'm not putting my finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I know Dr. Trim because she was my pastor at one point,
Mm.
Back in the early 2000s. And she admitted, she said, I suck as a pastor. And that's why she had to shut down her church.
Mm.
She's like, I'm too apostolic, and ambassador, but she's like, I'm too apostolic. Pastors are like, it's okay, it's okay, just come on to the church and we'll pray with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And she wasn't like that. She was like, hey, you're gonna have to get up and you're gonna have to get it together. No, it's true.
Right.
She did me, not about that situation,
Yeah.
but she kind of did that to me, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. And I had to grow up to deal with it, right? Or to be able to embrace and to receive her. But I'm looking and I'm like, a lot of women in the house of God don't understand. God would bring the man quickly to find them.
Yes.
I'm gonna give a golden nugget here.
I think that's what I'm trying to explain, but you
Right.
do it better.
He would allow him to quickly find you if you were not trying to be found.
Ooh,
Like
yes.
like a comment was made, oh, and you got to get out there. And I get that.
Right.
I do. I honestly do. But can I say it another way?
Mm-hmm.
Ruth was gleaning.
Yes.
In the vineyard of the king. Like the vineyard of the Lord. I've heard so many beautiful stories of when I was being groomed in ministry. So I was always in inner circles. And I would hear them say, oh, my testimony is this. I was invited to this event and I started not to go, but a prophet or someone in ministry or someone they knew, that was mature in the Lord would call and say, hey, are you going to such and such? And they're like, yeah, I was thinking about it, but I'm not going to go. And they would say, you don't go, you're going to miss your husband. Like God can order your footsteps.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so if he's not ordering the footsteps, is it possible you're just not ready? Like what language would help women understand you're not ready, and that's okay, but get ready. Because God is just not, he's not this shallow God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he put what I joined together, let no man put asunder, right? That's one category. But the other one is better to marry than to burn.
Yeah.
The one that says, what I joined together meant you waited for him. And as you were waiting on God, not the man,
Right.
he's like, I'm going to do a work in you to prepare you for
Right.
him, just as I'm doing a work in him to prepare him for you. But then it's the other side where you say, well, I just can't wait.
Oh boy.
Now
This
you
smell.
fall under the category, it's better to marry than to burn in lust.
Yeah.
So you really have to identify, what class are you in? Because I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it. I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to say it. For me, I never honestly had a problem getting a husband. I never did.
Right.
I was the girl who could pick, choose, and refuse. And it's because I was like Ruth, gleaning in the vineyard of my Lord. And believe it or not, men in the kingdom, when they see that, they're drawn to that.
Oh yeah.
They really are. Like, you really stand out, just as Ruth did. Straight up. But if you're not doing that in the kingdom, you're like, well, where are they? You in the wrong place. Like, your head, your thoughts and emotions are in the wrong place. Because how can I trust God for everything else but that?
Right.
Huh? I mean, God made a vow. He said, what I joined together, meaning God knows how to join you together. He does. He does. He knows how to order your footsteps.
Yep.
Telling you, it's true. And so it's getting into these different things. What are they called? Situations or
situationships?
Right. Situationships. And then it brings more damage to you. And it's like, because you didn't wait on God. But here, waiting on God isn't, I'm sitting around here lonely. Well, first of all, Adam was never lonely.
Nope.
He was alone in terms of what was compatible to him. But he wasn't lonely. Jesus, no. Because the Lord is with you. Straight up. I mean, either that's real or it's not. To you. You know what I'm saying? And so a spirit of loneliness would convince you that you're lonely. But God said, I'll never leave you, nor will I forsake you. Right? Now, I get it. If you're on this tip, okay, listen, Lord, you said that you're going to, my mandate is such and such. And so where is my spouse so we can go ahead and do this? Right?
Right.
So something like that, even God will talk to you on that tip. Because your thoughts are, okay, I'm not getting married just to be loved.
Right.
I'm getting married in purpose too. Like, this man and I, this woman and I have a purpose together. Do you know, ladies, I want to say this, and men, do you know when you marry on that tip, it's always fulfilling? You know how relationships can get really boring?
Oh yeah.
When, I'm trying to tell you, when it's God and it's God's purpose in it, it does not get boring. Because relationships they get boring. No, for real. The same old thing. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, dog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just don't have no standards and you just don't care. Long as I got, some thighs next to me or some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some calves, I'm just saying, right? Some biceps and triceps and stuff, right? So I'm just saying. And so, or hips and lips and tips and fingertips and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right, y'all? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how, and so I'm sure that the angels could be really confused, because it's like, oh, help me get this job. Oh God, and you trust God and you really look to God for that, oh Lord, help me, get this home or somewhere to stay. Lord, help me get this job. Oh Lord, help these bills to pay. But then when it comes to that righteous, compatible person for you, oh God, I got it. Oh God, you're taking too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do we do with that? Because a lot of people are getting into some relationships that's not God.
Yeah.
And he's not going to fit in your mode.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. And he would order your footsteps, but you need to find yourself gleaning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Gleaning in the field. Because if they see you gleaning in the kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
then they see you like on a mission.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They see you already living purposefully.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's one way. There's no struggle with a man seeing you. You can even be in a place of pick choosing and refusing. And when I say that, what I'm saying is some will come along and oh, you're not it. But thank you.
Yeah.
That's how I was. It's like, oh no, but thank you. That's kind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, if there's none, and you're in the field or you're in the kingdom working, that's a different conversation. If you're not in the field, it's probably because he's working some things out in you. Like, why not get into the marriage already at peace? Like, you know what I'm saying? And have that joy. Why get in without the peace, without the joy, to get into something that's 50-50 can remove the lack of peace and help pour in joy? It's a 50-50 chance that it could be good, but then it's a 50-50 chance bad.
Right.
So why not just wait on God? You said it's because the clock is ticking.
Yeah, that's usually the main reason there.
So is God late?
Mm-mm.
Or are you late?
Yes.
That's the question. Are you delaying it? Because God has a time for everything under the sun. The time and the season for under the sun. Just like people with their finances. And I'm talking about, this is the same God, and how God, the mind of God. He's like, okay, you want me to bring you into making $300,000 a year, but I'm watching you with the 30,000. You're not ready. That's the mind of God. So he's saying, you want me to bring this person to find you, but you're not ready. And so if I'm not ready, thank you, Lord, for saying that.
Yes.
Now, how do I get ready?
Right.
I want to co-labor with you to get ready. Unless, again, the marriage is for you to be in love and it has no kingdom purpose attached to it. Because God knows what he wants you to do together. He knew what Adam and Eve would do. The purpose of them together.
Dominion.
Right?
Yes. To do those 5 things. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, and have dominion over the earth. Yeah, so I like your paintbrush. Thank you for that paintbrush, because I was struggling. But yeah, that's basically what I was trying to say. Is like, there is no pool. It's a tailor-made situationship. So the waiting is really preparation. It's active.
Sure is.
Wait, if you look it up, is a verb, right? I mean, it's an action word. So you just don't sit there twiddling your thumbs. You get to work on getting iniquities and getting your heart right, so you could ascend the hill of the Lord.
Yes.
You need pure hands and a pure heart, so you get to work on that. Because all of us been through trauma, so many
Yes.
of it. And when that happened, part of you stopped living it
Yes.
right there. So you have to go back to that little you, or maybe a big you, maybe it happened in the 20s, I don't know. But wherever that traumatic event happened, and you hear us say this a lot, that means because it's essential.
Yes.
It's important. It's a must. It's not something that you could skip over. You're just going to be miserable in life.
Yes.
You're going to continue in cycles of because that trauma is speaking.
Yeah.
You probably haven't even met the real you yet.
Yes.
Because you have to collect your soul from those places.
Yes.
To come to the present. The Lord is I am, not I was, not I will be. I am. Meaning He's forever present. He's in the present. So Lord, gather my soul in all those places where I was victimized and traumatized, so on and so forth. And as you do that, you'll realize, man, the Lord is sovereign.
Yes.
He has had His hand on you the whole time.
Yes. One of the things I said, and we're going to wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I said, and I'll stand on, is when I learned how to heal alone,
mm-hmm.
I'm a better person in my marriage to heal quickly.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't know how to heal alone, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it takes longer in a marriage, because then it's like, they bump you by mistake and you swear it was malicious.
Yep.
And it's because you already have trauma.
Yep.
And you didn't deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could heal quickly. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it scares me. That it's like, oh wow, okay. You can bounce back so easily
Mm-hmm.
because you took that on to say, Lord, I know things have happened to me without anyone around.
Mm-hmm.
Just you and God.
Yeah.
Some things happen, some things I put myself in that position, or I didn't and they took advantage, whatever it may be. But you're right, you have to gather that soul.
Yeah.
And you have to get on just this understanding with God, because if you go in ministry, folk gonna hurt you.
Oh yeah.
Like, there are a lot of PK kids that are dealing with trauma to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Being PK kids.
Oh yeah.
Meaning hurt is going to come from anywhere.
Yeah.
And you still have to go back to the source, who is God, the great physician, to heal you. So why not do it now? Yeah. Why wait in a marriage?
Oh God.
Why wait in a relationship?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to put too many injuries. It's going to add insult to injury, definitely, in the marriage. So maybe the Lord is saying, wait a minute, I'm trying to heal you.
Yeah.
And you trying to run out the hospital to go get married.
With no stitches, nothing, no staples, nothing.
And He's like, I'm going to marry you, but I need you in better condition. Mm-hmm. The man too. Yeah. I think it's worse having a man jacked up. Mm. I do, because women will go to the Lord.
Yeah.
Men don't. Not as quick as women. Mm. And so now, and men be like, I'm good, and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. No, for real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's being manly. I'm good. And it's like, no, you're not. So things have really happened to you. Mm-hmm. So maybe, let's say this last thing, maybe, okay, let's say if you say, I went through all that, I'm ready, but maybe he's not. That's why I said, don't pray about him, pray for him. Yeah. Because maybe you need to be making intercession for him wherever he is. Lord, I know you said that, my husband and I, you have a husband for me, for us to serve you together. I know he's there. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start praying for him and intercede. How is that going to hurt you? What is that going to take away? What are you going to lose from it?
Nada.
Instead of the prayer, Lord, when? Lord, when's gonna happen? Oh Lord, a whole nother year? I ain't going for it this year. Nah, I ain't gonna be single. God, you need to. And he's saying, really? Come on, you need to come up a little higher, in your thoughts, a little higher in your resolve. And okay, if you're ready, awesome. Maybe he's not. Can you intercede and agree with me for him? Right?
Yeah.
I done said this is the last thing I done said like 4 times, right? Right?
3.5, but who's
3.5.
counting?
Okay, I'm gonna make it 4, then we'll be done, family, right? I remember the Lord saying to me about you. He said,
About me?
yes.
Oh, snap.
When he was really like saying to me, this is the one. I'm like, I'm not interested. Right? And that was period. Had nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
People are too jacked up, Lord.
Yeah.
And a lot of the healing you did, I don't want to lose my healing. That was just kind of my, my reasoning, right? So, but this is what he said. He said, but I don't have anyone interceding for him in the earth.
Oh, dang.
He was like, I don't have anyone in agreement in his family for his life.
Mm-hmm.
Will you agree with me? I was like, wow, Lord. I was like, wow, Lord. Yes. This is why I say stop praying about him. Is he the one? Is he the one? Is he coming this year? Okay, Lord, well, is it going to happen this year? Or is he going? No. Pray for him. Say, God, I'm going to be in agreement with you because you may be the only person, especially what if they're both, his family is heathenistic. They're all heathens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's saying, will you be in agreement with me for his life even before you meet him?
Mm.
Even before you know him.
Now that's faith.
Even you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And definitely before, you say I do. Will you pray for him with me and agree with me what I want to do in his life? And that's how I'm going to end this, ladies. I hope that helped.
Ooh.
I hope it was good. And I hope it just helped you to look at things from a different place and don't just sit and wait. You know what I'm saying?
Prepare.
But prepare instead.
Prepare.
Right? Yeah. And prepare. And maybe you're ready. I don't know. Only you and God know. Maybe you're ready, but maybe he's not. So why don't you start praying for the brother? Instead of praying, I want him tall, I want his pocket fat, and I want him to, have a 401. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you say, God, I'm in agreement with you pertaining to him, wherever he is, whatever's going on with him. You might as well practice now because, baby, when you get married, one thing I could say about men when you marry, baby, they're going to teach you how to be on your knees praying. Okay? If you don't know how to get married, you'll learn how to pray real fast. You don't know how to intercede, get married. Listen, you'll be speaking in tongues from the morning time to the afternoon. Men will help you grow and be a prayer intercessor. You got it. All right, family.
You got
it. All right, family. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the men. We're going to help the men with a few things. All right. We hope this helped you guys tonight, ladies. Just be encouraged. Remember, this is the year that the Lord is bringing kingdom unions. So just prepare, and you'll be ready. All right. We love you guys. Baruch.